Today I am going to talk about income planning in retirement, and specifically the guardrail approach. So I'll walk through financial planning software that we utilize. It's great for modeling out all different types of scenarios, but it doesn't do a great job when it comes to the income planning side of it. It'll just say, I can pull, or you can pull X number of dollars out of the portfolio, and the probability of success is 90%, but it doesn't say what threshold would I need to reduce my income, and is there any time that I should increase my income? We'll walk through just a basic example there, and then I'll show the guardrail approach to income planning in retirement. And it's just a basic income plan. We're not modeling out any other scenarios. So it's very simplistic, but really it's just to show you the guardrail approach. If we have not met, my name is VanLandingham. I'm the founder of Priestess Private Wealth Management, where we help clients implement and design their ideal retirement plans. So if you are a do-it-yourselfer, we give access to the financial planning software. The initial one that you'll see here, it'll just be in the link below, called DIY Financial Plan. And you can just set yourself up and run through any scenarios that you would like to do. The reason we created this channel is to reach as many people as possible and to hopefully provide value to them. And that includes do-it-yourselfers that just for whatever reason do not want to work with a financial planner or advisor. So let's jump right in. So if you look at the screen here, all I put in was a traditional IRA of $800,000, a Roth of $400,000, and a trust account or joint account, which is a taxable account, for $300,000. Jane was a stay-at-home mom. John has Social Security income of $3,500. Of course, Jane will be able to take half of that at full retirement age based on his earning record. And that total investment portfolio is at $1.5 million. So if we click over here on the retirement, we will see that they have a 95% probability of success based on pulling $8,500 a month. So currently they're at $8,500. In retirement, $8,500 is what we've proposed, but John and Jane both would like to increase that by $1,000. So they say, what would that look like? So we just plug that in, and when we do, it shows that it pulls it down, the probability of success, by about 20%. And again, I've mentioned this in another video, but I want to make it clear here that a 75% probability of success, the inverse to that is not a 25% probability of failure. It's a 25% probability that you will have to adjust something. And in this situation, all that we're looking at is income, so there's no other goals in the software. So that's what you would be adjusting, is the amount of income. But without the guardrail approach, it doesn't tell you at what level you would make that adjustment. So if the portfolio falls X%, do I need to take an income decrease or not? So in this software, this, in my opinion, is why people, when they do retire and they're looking at, say, okay, $9,500, they see the 75% probability of success, and then the portfolio goes down, say, 15%, and then they want to reduce their spending dramatically. Because again, they may only be in retirement 5 years, and I've got 25 more years and my portfolio is already down 15%. I'm going to reduce my spending because I do not want to run out of money. So in those situations, and we utilize this software and the guardrail approach for all clients, but to illustrate it here, I've input the exact same information, and what it shows is their spending capacity is $92.34 based on the same dollar amount. And so why is it different? It's because of the guardrail approach. And to explain that, I believe this visual will clear things up, number one, but this is what we utilize to explain it, the guardrail approach. So at the current portfolio value of $1.5 million and the current income of $92.34, if their portfolio goes up by 5%, which is $75,000, then they can take a 5% increase in their income. So it'll go from $92.34 to $96.96. If, however, their portfolio falls 24%, or almost $360,000, then they would take, again, a 5% pay decrease. And this is the guardrail. And as long as the portfolio stays within the guardrails, there's no adjustment to the income. So down here on the bottom guardrail slide, settings, if you increase the income, so they want higher spending than what the average would be, I guess you'd say, all this does is just narrows it down. So this is just saying that if you want to be a little bit more aggressive in your income, the amount that you're pulling out, then the probability that you're going to have to make adjustments increases. And you can see that because the bands narrowed. If you go the opposite end and are more conservative and lower your spending, then it also lowers the chance or the probability that you'll have to adjust it. And you can see that here with the increased or widened income band. So the software typically defaults right here in the middle. And this is how we explain it to a client is these are the guardrails. The goal is, of course, to stay up here and to get more income increases. And that's how the guardrails are set up. So this doesn't instill a whole lot of confidence. So what we do is we'll come over here and show the retirement stress test and how well guardrails work. So in this scenario, we're looking at 2007 to 2000. If you don't recall, that was the global financial crisis. From October 2007 to March of 2009, the stock market fell a little over 50%. So how did the income guardrail system work during that time period? Again, this is using the client's information. And so we're gonna start before. So this is going into November of 2007, before the markets actually sold off the 50%. And what you can see here is their income was that 92.30, and then they had to take a pay cut. And that lasted from 2009 until 2015. So their income went from $92.30 to $9,010 until 2015. Then they get a pay increase, and that bumps it up from the $92.30, which we started with, to $94.60. Again, probably due to inflation adjustments. But over the years from that point on, it was just increases. So by 2021, their income went from the planned amount that we started with, $92.30, to $13,200. So again, it's just a way to know that you can take a pay increase, but you don't have to. So you may have legacy plans in mind, which we can model with this software as well, that I want to leave X number of dollars to my children or to my church or to any other religious organization. And that can all be modeled. In this situation, it was how much income can I pull? That's the question that the client had. Let's assume that I just want to take as many pay increases without decreases as possible. And if I get a pay increase, I'll take it. So in this case, it went from that $92.30 to $13,200, which is almost a $4,000 increase. And that's where they currently sit today. So again, I hope that explains the guardrail system. If not, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, shoot us an email, or give us a call. We'd be happy to explain it. And again, if you're a do-it-yourselfer and are looking for a guardrail approach, you can Google it and they'll give you the math for it. And then you can just adjust your portfolio based on that. Just set your guardrails and then adjust your portfolio over time. And then of course, if you have to adjust it, reset your guardrails and then go from there. So again, that's where you see these increases, is because each time there was an increase, you reset those guardrails. So again, I hope that explains it. If not, reach out. And until next time, guys, choose your advisors wisely. Your financial health depends on it.